Want to welcome everybody to the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast live right here.
Hey,
Southern Nash, Daryl.
home of the Firebirds, we back.
Sean and Daryl getting ready for week 5 right here. And boy, I'll tell you, week 4 was very exciting.
Week 4 in this area was very exciting. We had some good wins. You had a Nash Central team that took care of business. A Northern Nash team that
Took care of business on the road.
We still here. We on the road, but we gonna take care of business.
I got a message for that Northern Nash team too.
What you get?
I said somebody told me.
What they
this
tell you?
come from somebody very close to me that lives in Pitt County. They said somewhere in Greenville on 264.
Yeah.
They seen a flag out there with an N. They said Northern Nash owns Pitt County. Beat both teams in Pitt County.
Both teams in Pitt County. So Northern Nash had a good week last week.
They did. Rocky Mountain won the Northeastern.
Yeah.
They did not win, but one thing about Rocky Mountain, you put up a lot of points.
That's what I'm going to say. Rocky Mountain put up a lot of points.
That means your offense now is getting in sync, getting in tune.
And that's what you want.
And still, for a young team to go on the road to play a good Northeastern team,
Yeah.
put up that many points, you got something now to come back going to the conference saying, we are start. We had to find ourselves.
Yep.
Now we found ourselves. We got our identity.
Yep.
Let's move forward.
And let's move forward. And that's what Rocky Mountain was able to do.
But then we got this game that we went to.
We
went to the Nash Central game.
Went to the Nash Central game.
Went to Dog Pound.
Yep.
Then we came down to the Firebird Funhouse.
Hey.
That was if you wanted this game, I'm telling you, you missed a good old school throwback football game.
And it was a good game. It was packed.
It was packed on both sides.
On both sides.
Patriots gotta win.
They gotta win. And it was pretty much like what we said last week in the show.
O-line.
That O-line was the biggest difference, and that the game was going to be close.
It was going to be in the trenches.
And it was going to come down to the fourth quarter.
And that's what it did. In special teams.
And that's exactly what happened.
That's what we saw. But if you're Southern Nash now, you took an L at home. First of all, let me back up, rewind. If you're Southern Alamance, this was the type of win your program, your coaching staff, wanted on their resume, because now you can tell your guys, we went down to Southern Nash and Bailey. Very hard place to play it.
Very
hostile crowd. We got a good win. We got a hard-fought win that we had to play all 4 quarters. So now those guys can move on and say, okay, we got something. We're building something and we got something.
And
if you're Southern Nash, you just want to... Go ahead, Daryl.
I mean,
what's your favorite words?
Well, you wanna look at the tape.
You do.
You want to look at your mistakes.
And you want to learn from them,
and you want to learn from those mistakes.
But then
once you do that, you burn that. You burn that tape.
Because you say...
why? You're going in conference play.
And what we all say when you go into conference, 0-0.
Everybody's 0-0.
I know you got 3 wins on your belt. I know some teams got 2, some teams got 1. But now we're in conference season.
Yeah.
And these are the games. Don't get wrong, the non-conference games matter for resume for going up and down the playoffs. But these conference games, you want to win your conference or either have a good run in your conference so that you can get some home field advantage.
That's it.
So, without that saying, Darryl, let's get ready to jump into our show right here. And before we get into these big games of the week, we got to find out about the Grit and Grind Players of the Week. So, as always, Darryl, who was that Grit Player of the Week on the defensive side of the ball?
My Grit Player of the Week, and I've got to go to Wilson County on this one.
Going to my stomping grounds.
I'm going to your stomping grounds. I'm going to Hunt. And
Warriors.
there's a kid, Hunt Warriors. There is a kid at Hunt that is straight up balling right now.
Okay. Tell me about it.
And number 12, Roderick B. Lofton, middle linebacker.
I heard him.
You heard him.
I heard about him.
Total tackles so far for the season is 51. He's got 20 solo tackles, 31 assist tackles. And number 12, Roderick, he is, when I watched the tape on this game against CBA Cup, this kid was all over the field. I saw number 12 everywhere. He was all over the field. And so this week, Grit Player is going to Hunt Warriors, Roderick B. Lofton.
He's been the talk of the barbershop down there in Wilson County.
Yeah, and I can see why.
His name has been brought up a few. If you're in the barbershop, I stopped being talked to.
I can see why. And Sean, who's that grind player of the week?
This week, Darryl, we got 2 grind players. We got one representing football, and then we got another one representing something else. But I'm going to do the football one first. And I got to stay right here in Nash County. And this week, it wasn't easy for me to make this pick. Well, it wasn't hard for me to make this pick of what I meant to say. Because he has been the general of his team. And I got to go see the general. When I went to Nash Central.
Okay.
I got to give it to Winston Lee, the sophomore quarterback.
Yes.
For a sophomore, he has poise. He has everything you want, composure in the pocket. He can make the passes and put them in the right place, in the
Yes.
right window. And we saw that.
Yeah,
And I mean, don't get me wrong, Nash Central's a very run explosive team.
Mhm.
But when they need that quarterback to drop back and throw one, Winston Lee can throw one.
He's able to do it.
300 yards on the season in 3 games now.
Yeah.
14 for 25. 6 TDs in the past 4 games. He was 4 games.
Mm.
So, I mean, this guy Winston has been balling out. He is a reason why Nash Central now is a balanced team with run and pass. And I mean, whenever they call him throw one, we saw it.
Yeah, he's able to do
He
it.
can put it right in the right
Put
place
it
for the
right
receiver.
there.
Now, I got one more thing that's a grind player of the week.
Okay.
We're not thinking another place, person, thing, or down. Just use the word down. Come on, you can teach help me out, Coach Collins. And that goes to a team that I did not know had done this till I read my newspaper. I'm going to give a shout out to the Enterprise. I did read it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The Lady Birds volleyball team.
Okay.
8-0.
No.
A quiet 8-0.
Okay.
Have won all the non-conference, won some big games in conference, beat Bud.
Yeah.
And I mean, it goes with these girls right here. Hannah Carpenter, Savannah Baines, Tabitha Tamizik, Ava Pate. I mean, they just doing the job when they play volleyball.
Hey, that's what
So,
you want.
I got to give them a shout out. So not only is Winston Lee the ground player of the week, but I got to give a shout out to the Lady Bird volleyball team for being 8-0.
All right.
With that said, Daryl, let's go ahead and jump to these games of the week.
Because they waiting.
They waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
I'm waiting.
Because this is a big week.
This is
This conference
huge
week.
conference time. I'm excited. Because you know why I'm excited.
It's conference time.
It's-
Well, take that back. I know why you excited.
Well, you know.
Let me tell you. Not only is it conference time,
Because it's the campaign.
round 1.
Round 1 of the
But
campaign.
we can't
trail.
talk about it right now.
Okay.
But-
Let's go.
I tell you
Let's
what,
get in
Daryl.
it.
Coach Bachelor, Coach Battle, Coach Ferris, Coach Lee, me and Daryl, we so hyped. Put us in the game. We
Put us
want to
in.
play.
I'm ready to play.
I'm ready to play right now,
Because it's
Coach.
conference season.
Let's jump
go.
over to battle of
All right.
795. Coach Wah. Let's go to Warriors.
All right. We just
2-1 Hunt.
2-1 Hunt.
Hosting 3-0 CB Acott. Charles B. Acott.
Mm.
Well, since Acott's the visiting team, I'm going to give you a breakdown of Acott first, and I'm going to
Okay.
let you tell me about the home team Hunt next.
Okay, let's go.
CB Acott, Daryl, 3-0. What we always say, we said on the recap show Friday night,
Yeah.
numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
Beat the 1-3 Rosewood. That's a rival over there in Wayne County, 43-19. 1A school. Then they beat the 2A school. Another rival, 1-3 Eastern Wayne, 33-20. Then they went on the road Tuesday night to North Lenore. Played another county rival that a lot of people don't realize. That's a little rival between North Lenore and CB Acott. Beat them 56-6.
Mm.
But here's the difference maker between CB Acott and Hunt to me. Throw these 3 games out the window. They played on Tuesday night, a makeup game from the past Friday.
Right.
They have had a long time to get ready for Hunt this week. That's the difference, man.
I was gonna say,
that's
that's
that first
the
check
scary
box.
part
Because
right
Hunt played
there.
on Friday.
Yep.
You know what CB Acott did on Friday? Had to walk through probably that afternoon for about an hour.
Yep.
And then they went somewhere and probably watched another team play that
Mhm.
evening. But another thing about CB Acott, when I look at it, last year they won 10-7 at home in CB Acott. Year before that, they lost 49-0. Before that, I mean, before COVID, this was a 5-6 win team win. Then they had 2 seasons back in 17-18, they won 2 games.
Yeah.
Then they came back after COVID, got in the Quad City Conference. They did not win the first year, the Quad City. But second year, they had a good showing.
Yeah.
Then they had last year where they would have won the Quad City Conference. But we can't go back and watch it on our past show. We're trying to get them back up on there. We'll discuss that later on down the road. But you said that game. Now I remember it because I won't never forget. You said it was the last game of the season for Southern Wayne.
Yeah.
They were hosting CB Acott.
Mhm.
Senior night. Acott pretty much playing to win the conference.
Yep.
It's their conference to win. Southern Wayne won't play them for nothing.
Nothing at all.
You know what they had, don't you? Hey, house money.
That's what I was gonna say.
Senior night, house money. They just playing the senior. You said the best. You're playing the seniors out of style.
That's all you was doing last year.
And guess what they did?
They did.
They upset Acott.
Yes, they.
Acott did not win the conference and went to Triple S. Acott got a home game and went down to seeding and ended up having the urban team come in at home and pretty much take care of business. 53-28. So if you're Acott, these conference games really matter now.
Yeah, they matter.
Because you don't want to put yourself in this situation. But I'm going to go with these players right here who it starts with, Daryl.
All right.
Ricky Elliott, Jr. Last game, 120 yards, 360 on the season.
Mm.
Junior, Caleb Fredericks, 100 yards last game. Junior, Zymer McLean, 277 yards already in the past 3 games. Their backfield is tough. Then they got Travis Burton, 20 solo tackles. Jason Williams, the linebacker, 15 tackles. This ACOT team, I'm telling you, they don't want to put themselves in a place where they went last year, where you pretty much feel like you got the conference won, and then you slip up and have a hiccup in Southern Wayne, and another team steals. Because I'm going to break this conference down before I give it to you, Darryl.
Okay.
ACOT 3-0. South Johnson, 2-1.
Mm.
West Johnson, 2-1. Southern Wayne. You talked about them on inventory Monday.
That's what we said. They was on the inventory Monday last year.
They 2-1 now.
See?
So they must listen. Huh? 2-1. Fight.
Yep.
1-2. Eastway Triple S 0-3. So this conference is still tight. It's tight, Darryl.
It's tight.
And if you ACOT, you got to win. That's pretty much it. You want to stay ahead of the pack. It's open to anybody to win, and this is a good game.
It's going to be a good game.
Tell me about Hunt.
I mean, I'm up here listening to you talk about CBA cock, and I'm like, well, who is Hunt even the game? Because the way you talking. But let me break Hunt down a little bit.
Okay.
Hunt is 2-1.
They 2-1.
The only team they lost to so far this season.
I know who that was.
Northern Nash.
Game week 1.
Game week 1, 48-13. But Hunt came back following week, beat Bentonville 27-7.
Statement
Then
game.
they beat another D.H. Conley team 27-8. Looking at this Hunt team, you know it starts with the quarterback.
That's where it starts.
Carson Jones, he's a sophomore for them. But I was watching the tape, and I did see several other guys playing quarterback, but one guy that did stood out for me was number 15, Barnes. Now, I don't know that situation as far as quarterback goes with Hunt, if Carson is the starter or if Barnes is the backup. But when Barnes was in the game, number 15, he was putting it on the money. Also, you got Jaden Terrell, running back. He's put up almost over 400 yards rushing. And Monte Sutton, number 21. I call him Mr. Everything for them. He's the wide receiver. He's got 177 yards receiving. He's got 149 yards rushing. So he's Mr. Everything, number 21, Mr. Everything for them. And defense-wise, you got Hinton, number 28. You got our grit player of the week.
That's it.
Roderick B. Lofton. You got Jackson Jones. So this is a good Hunt team.
It's a good team.
For me, the keys that I see for Hunt to win this game is one, play fast. This team, what I like about this Hunt team from the video I saw of them is on defense, they swarm the ball. When there's an interception, everybody knows what to do. We taking this to the house. That's that attitude.
That's what you want.
And you got guys blocking for whoever got the ball. And then on offense, it's like we get the ball down the field. We don't care. We playing our game. So for Hunt, play fast. And then second, be you. Be who you are.
Yes.
Don't try to be anybody else but you. If this is your style of playing, you play that style of football because that's what's going to win you games, and that's what won you the last 2 games. And then keep that energy level up throughout the whole game because this team is a good team.
It's a good team.
It's a very good team. And I have a pick on this, but I'm going to have to wait.
I got a pick.
So we got our picks in on this, but I'm going to have to wait. But this is a good Hunt team.
Our next game of the week will be over here in Nash County, Darryl. Boom. 1-2. Rocky Mount. 0-3.
All right, let me tell you about that Rocky Mountain team. So Rocky Mountain is 0-3.
They're 0-3.
And they started the season off with 3 good teams.
They did.
They started off with Tarboro. Tarboro beat them 42-0. Then they played Holmes, and they lost 20-9. And then they just played a Northeastern team and lost 52-46. Now, those 3 teams, Tarboro is 3-0, Holmes is 2-1, and Northeastern is 3-0. So you play good teams.
That's a good team. That's good
And
football.
the good thing about Rocky Mount is that score against Northeastern. You put up 46 points. And like you said in the beginning of the show, you're getting that offense going.
That's it.
And you're getting things stride. But for me, what I see is going to be in this game, it's special teams. Rocky Mount has a punter and Christian Bucks that is averaging about 43 yards a punt.
Whoa.
And then they got a kick returner, and we talked about him last year.
That's it.
Number 20, Isaiah Silver. he's already got over 200 yards in kick returns. So it's going to be field position in this game. Who can get the best field position? And for Rocky Mount, you have those weapons on special teams. And then, again, you got Mitchell at running back, and you got Silvers also running. And then defense-wise, you got Parker, Lewis, Lee Jones, Jack. You got those guys on defense that are stepping up. And again, this is a young Rocky Mount team.
It's a young
team. In our preseason show, we talked about this Rocky Mount team, how they lost 27 seniors off this team.
The biggest senior class lost out of all 4 teams in Nash County.
So you lost a lot of productivity, a lot of senior leadership off this team. So if you're the coach for Rocky Mount, you just want to build off of just little wins. Getting those first downs, getting the guys in the end zone. And like last week, putting up 46 points.
That's something you can take
huge. That is huge if you're Rocky
Mount. For a young team, that's big.
For a young team. So keys to win this game, again, play hard if you're Rocky Mount. Special teams is going to be a big factor in this game.
It is.
And field position. If Rocky Mount can get good field position off their kick returns, punt returns, and get the ball where it's on the 40-yard line, where you're getting closer to where you have a short field to get in the end zone,
there's
a good chance for Rocky Mount to win this game. So, Sean, tell me a little bit about them Bun Wildcats.
Bun Wildcats 1-2, open up with 2 losses. 57-14 to Whiteville. Good team.
That's a good team.
Then they had to play A-Tough, 1-18, like Rocky Mount did.
Yep.
They had to play Northampton. And Northampton and Tallboro probably will be beaten somewhere in the playoffs. Northampton undefeated. And, you know, we've been talking about Northampton County since the tailgate show.
Oh, yeah.
How good they were going to be. If you're Bun, this is good. The next note. Because you went to South Granville in week 3. You got a win on the road. And after you got that win, you know what you got, Darryl?
What's that?
You got a bye week.
That's it.
You got to go into the bye week on a high off a win.
And that's what we talked about for Bun. It's going into this game on a bye, winning, and then getting prepared for Rocky Mount, because you got to go to Rocky Mount.
You got to go to Rocky Mount.
And you beat Rocky Mount last year.
At your house.
At your house. And Rocky Mount is going to remember this game.
They're going to remember.
Yeah.
But if you're Bun, you got some things that you can kind of use in your favor. You got a 51-man roster. Rocky Mount got a 30-man roster. If you're Bun, you need this game right here. You got to get this Rocky Mount game. What they say on Rocky, there is no tomorrow.
No.
There is no tomorrow.
No.
Because guess what they got next week?
Who they got?
You have no more bye weeks.
Okay.
You got Northern Dash, Death Valley. Then you got to go to the Red Rams. Ooh. You got to play Aiden Hemphill, the quarterback down there in Franklinton.
Ooh. Ram Nation.
Ram Nation. Then you know where you got to go, don't you? You got Southern. You got some tough games.
I was going to say, you got 3.
You got Northern, Franklinton, and Southern. Then after that, they sitting in the trenches waiting on you.
Uh-oh.
That's Central.
That's Central.
So right now, between these 3A schools, you got a chance where if you can steal a Rocky Mount one, and the possibility between Southern, Franklinton, and Northern try to steal one of them,
right,
it'll put you in a good situation to try to make it to that bottom seed in the playoff.
Right.
Or that 15, 14 seed, somewhere
that's
around
what you
there.
want. That's what you want.
But I'm telling you, with Bun, it starts with right here, Jamonte Cook, Joshua Dewey.
Yeah.
They got to get to that quarterback, Lonnie Red, J.C. Casilla on our defense. Bun has to do that. I mean, this game right here, you know, we talk about games that matter.
Yeah.
But for Bun, you got an 0-3 Rocky Mount team. You cannot take it lightly because they're hungry. They put up some points on Northeastern. The offense is together. And if you Bun, you want to just pretty much get in, keep them under control, keep the game close, and get your offense going because you had an extra week to prepare for this game. That's my keys to victory for Bun to win. Make it field position. Make it where you're more physical and the aggressor on defense. And I'm telling you, you want to try to make them fumble or throw an interception to give you something. If you get a turnover like that and score, it'll get you ahead in this game.
That's what you want.
I got my pick, Darryl.
All right, you got your pick.
But I can't make it down.
All right.
I got to say for the quick pick.
And now, our game of the week.
Right here in Nash County. Not only is this the game of the week, but this is conference play.
Yep.
And this is round 1 for the Grit and Grind Nash County Championships.
All right, so we got Southern Nash going to Nash Central, the Dog Pound.
That's where they're going to the Dog Pound.
That's where they're going.
I got the road team, Daryl. So
All
let me
right.
tell you about. We at Southern. I got the road team this
Okay,
week.
I'll let you
Let
go.
me tell you about the road team and what we need to do. I said, what we need to do. Y'all catch that, did you, Grit and Grind? Round one, like we said, the Grit and Grind Nash County Championship begins right here, right there in the dog pound. Both teams are starting off the season to play for this trophy. Southern Nash, I always say it's business as usual.
Yeah, yeah.
39-0 against East Wake. Business as usual.
Yep.
South Granville, they won. Business as usual.
Mm-hmm.
Wilson Fight, 42-14. Business as usual. That South Granville score was 42-0. Wilson Fight, 42-14. Business as usual.
Yep.
But sometimes business don't go your way when you're in a line of business.
That's how it
you,
is
you have a
sometimes.
bad day in the office.
Right.
Last Friday had a bad day in the office.
Yeah.
22-15 loss at Firebird Stadium. Southern Alabama's Patriots. And we said for Southern Alabama, that's a resume win for that program.
That's a huge win for them.
If you're Southern, you got to get back to that mentality. Business as usual. Coming in, pounding the football,
Mm-hmm.
locking you down on defense, playing Firebird football. That's
That's it.
Firebird football down here in Baker.
That's it.
Spring Hope Middlesex. But the only thing about this game is you got a team that came to Firebird Stadium last year.
Last year?
And I'm going to say this. Was not the team they are this year. They were a good team last year. We had a motto for them.
Yeah.
Lunch pail hard hat.
That's it.
No superstars, do your job.
Just do your job.
And that's what they did. And they got a win. To me, this team this year is not a lunch pail hard hat team.
No.
It's a we can beat you with scoring.
Yeah.
We can beat you on defense and play close games. But if you're Southern, you got a very talented team over here. And that's what I want the Firebirds to know. You have a talented team of good guys. I mean, it starts with Talik Mitchell, the running back. We saw him Friday night. If he gets on the outside,
That's
End
it.
zone.
End zone.
you got Caden Ricks, Tucker. You got Luke Faulkner running up the middle.
Mhm.
I mean, you got Luke Faulkner on defensive line. I mean, you got Malik Dobbins, Isaac Joyner, David Richardson, Christopher Harris. These guys are going to have to go to the dog pound and play lights out. And I'm going to tell you one more thing, Darryl, before I jump it over to Nashville to you. This game right here,
Yeah.
Southern is used to traveling big on the road.
Right.
The only thing difference this year is Nash Central is 4-0,
Right.
hosted at the dog pound. They know Southern travels big on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Nash Central going to pack the house.
Yeah, they're gonna pay.
Because this is a big game for
This is
them.
a big game.
If you're Southern, you just got to go into the dog pound. And, I mean, that first drive, whether you're on offense, if you're on defense, make them go 4 and out.
Yep.
If you're on offense, score on the first drive.
That's it.
You got to go in the dog pound, take Nash Central out of it, take the fans out of it, take the band out of
Yeah.
it, take the cheerleading section out of it, take the concession stand out of the game.
That's
You
it.
got to have the lady and the man at the concession stand. If I say I want a hot dog, give me a pizza.
That's it.
You got to get them worried.
You gotta get
And it starts on the first drive.
first drive.
Special teams, offense, defense, that first defensive snap, 4 and out. That first offensive drive, scoring a touchdown. That's what you got to do.
That's what you got.
Darryl, tell me about Nashville, because they're going to dog pound.
They going to dog pound, and they coming to a team that, like you said, is 4-0.
Waiting in the trenches.
Wait, and they started their campaign off this season early. Southwest Halifax, they won 42-6. Then they beat Southwest Edgecombe 56-28.
Can I say one thing?
Go ahead.
I picked Southwest in that
And you
game.
picked Southwest. And
You
they
picked
let-
the dog pound.
I picked the dog pound. Then they played Goldsboro 2 weeks ago, won 65-0, and then this last
That was
win,
a statement game.
statement game, they beat Bedingfield 35-18. And again, it starts with the grind player of the week, Winston Lee. I mean, he's putting over 300 yards passing so far this season. He's throwing to Finkley and Johnson. Both of them have a combined of close to 300 yards receiving. Then you got 2 running backs. And that's the thing that I'm worried about with
We saw
this game, because Southern just played Southern Alamance.
They
And
had two good running backs.
Good running backs. And Northern Nash has 2 good running backs, and Rogers and Jones. Both of them combined has over 500 yards rushing. Then that defense. It's the names I've been calling all season.
This animal.
Isaiah Drone, Oliver Johnson, Whitakerson, and Horns. These guys on defense take pride in that defense and stopping you. And the combination of, like you said earlier, the combination of having a great defense And now your offense is able to score, not just running the ball, but they can pass it as well. And that's the thing that scares me in this game for Southern Nash, is the fact that you played a Southern Alamance team that didn't throw the ball.
They ran all night.
They ran all night. So you're not going to get that type of game against Nash Central. You're going to get a game where we're going to run, and we may, on that 3rd and 5, we may throw a pass 15 yards. So your corners for Southern Nash got to be ready for that. So you can't bring everybody up. You got to.
You can't load the box.
You can't load it. You still got to back up if you're Southern, and that leaves the way for that running lane to be open. So Nash Central has a combination of all. And then you got the kicker.
Braxton. We saw
what he's able to do. So if I'm Nash Central, this is the key words I'm using. Matter of fact, for both teams, focus. Focus, meaning take care of business early in the week. Starts with studying your homework. You knock all that out early. You got class projects. You turn that in soon.
What we always say, it starts in the classroom.
Starts in the classroom. You take care of all of that early. Then once you got that taken care of, you come home and you go to sleep and get you some rest. Because get off the phones, get off your Instagrams, get off your Twitters, get off the PlayStation, Xbox. Get off all of that. Go home, get you some rest. Because all you're going to be doing this week is class, practice, and sleep.
That's all you need to do.
And get hydrated. Stay hydrated for the week.
Drink
some water. And then after that, come Friday night, get ready to play.
Leave it on the field.
Because this is going to be probably the biggest game for both teams in the conference to play. And secondly, do your job. Don't try to do somebody else's job. Whatever the game plan the coaches have for y'all,
follow it.
Follow that game plan and do what you're supposed to do.
Don't go rogue.
If you that defensive end, you control the outside because you know Mitchell is going to hit that outside.
That's what he's looking for.
Your goal is to keep it in or stretch it out. That's it. Do your job. And then finally, play hard. Leave it on the field.
Leave it on the field.
Leave it on the field. And this is going to be, it's just like last week for me. This is a hard game for me to pick.
This hard to pick.
It's a very hard pick for me.
Pick.
But we got to do it.
We got to do it.
We got to do it.
And I'm telling you, one thing I saw in Nash Central when we went down there at the warm-ups.
Yeah.
You said the best. They're focused.
They focused.
And they're hungry.
They hungry.
They are hungry right now.
And
that's scary.
And that's scary, but it's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
It's an opportunity for this team right here
to bounce back.
And bounce back. And that's what you want if you're a competitor. You want these opportunities because that's part of life. That's why I love sports so much. It's life lessons.
That's what it teaches you.
And it's an opportunity to step up. So this is going to be a good game. And I think it's that time, Sean.
Well, it's that time, Darren. It's time for the 5-minute quick pick right here on the Grit and Grind. Let's jump off at 8-man. We got a lot of games, so we kind of cut some 8 men down, but we'll bring them back next week because we got so much going on in the conference.
Yep.
8-man football right in our area. Rocky Valley Academy versus Arndale Parrott Academy. Eagles got a big win last week on the Father Cappadonia, 62-0.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Rocky Mountain.
I'm sticking with my Eagles. CCS versus Northeast Academy. CCS got a big win over Pungo Christian Academy last week.
CCS.
I like the Psychos. I'm back on it. Howard versus Lee Christian. Howard suffered a big loss against Halifax Academy. They put up 23 points. Halifax Academy put up a few more. I think Howard bounces back.
I'm going Howard.
I've been over there.
They already got 2 wins. They already got 2 wins, right?
They got just one.
They got one.
They got one. They got lost. They won the one.
All right, so I must be talking. I'm going Howard because they're going to get another win.
I'm going Howard. I talked with the coach staff over there this week.
Yep.
I think they can bounce back. Let's jump over to Wilson Wayne and North Johnson. Fight versus West Johnson. Conference game in the Quad Cities. West Johnson 2-1. Fight 1-2.
I'm going West Johnson.
I'm going West Johnson.
Yeah, West Johnson on that.
WPA, if you don't know what it stands for, Wilson Prep Academy versus North Edgecombe.
North Edgecombe. I'm going North Edgecombe.
WPA.
You going, yeah? Okay.
WPA. All right. North Johnson versus Hobbiton. North Johnson suffered a loss, but I mean, they've been playing good.
Yeah.
Hobbiton a good team down there.
That's what I'm saying. That's a good team, but I'm going North Johnson.
I'm going North Johnson. Let's jump over to Edgecombe, then we'll go to Halifax and East Wake. Edgecombe. Southwest Edgecombe versus Farmville Central.
Ooh, that's going to be a good game.
Farmville Central undefeated. Cougars got a hard game this week.
Ooh,
Cougars are getting there. Now, they
getting there.
They getting there. Cougar Town, USA, I hear them down there.
I might have to go Farmville. I might go in Farmville Central on this one. I know Cougar Town gonna hate me.
They gonna hate
They gonna hate me on this one, but I gotta go Farmville Central.
I think Cougars get upset. I'm taking the Cougars to Southwest Edgecombe.
All right.
Tarboro got a bye this week. Let's jump over to Franklin County. Then we go to Halifax. Only one game in Franklin County because the other one will be on our watch out games.
Yeah.
Lewisburg versus Cabero.
Lewisburg had a tough loss last week.
A tough one. Against a team that I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
I thought they'd be able to beat this Academy team, but Lewisburg did not.
I'm gonna stick with Lewisburg though. I think Lewisburg is about to turn that corner. I'm gonna go Lewisburg on this game.
I'm going Cabero. Halifax, Northampton, Warren County, and Oxford. Northwest Halifax has a bye. Southeast Halifax versus your favorite team. Our favorite team. The Greek and Grind's favorite team. Because what, Darryl? We like the name.
Like the name.
Kill Pride.
All right.
I'm going Southeast Halifax.
Yeah, I think I might have to go Southeast Halifax on that too.
Northampton versus a Rocky Mount Prep team that has not won a game yet.
Northampton.
Easy pick right there. They're getting ready to lock up with Tarboro in the playoffs.
That's what I'm looking at.
Warren County got a win last week.
Did I not call it?
You called it.
I called it.
You called it.
Yep.
Your Eagles got a win.
They got it.
I got a call from somebody from Warren County. You know what they said?
What they say?
Tell Darryl he was right. We got a win. Versus the Weldon Chargers. Tough game.
That's going to be real tough.
Tough game for the Eagles.
But I'm going to stick with the Eagles.
You stick with the Eagles?
I'm sticking with the Eagles.
Boy, Warren County love you down there.
Yeah, I'm sticking with
I think
Warren
somebody
County.
in Warren County is going to send him a Burgundy Eagle shirt.
Yeah.
We are requesting that. Send down the shirt.
I'll wear it on the air. We'll do it.
I'm going Weldon. send me a Charger shirt. Vance County, undefeated. Southern Durham. Big game right there.
That's a big game.
Pipers of Vance County, I told you. Quietly winning games in that little rural area of Henderson. You don't hear a lot about it. Not a lot of coverage, not unless you live in that area.
Yep.
But I've been keeping up with them. They winning some good games.
I'm going to go Vance County.
I got to go to Vipers of Vance County. Another team over there you don't hear a lot about. 3-1. J.F. Wales.
Yep.
Out of Oxford, Granville Central.
I'm going Webb on that.
I'm going to Boys Webb.
Yeah.
J.F. Webb. All right, let's jump over to East Wake, Darryl, and we'll hit our watch out games and our games of the week.
All right.
Roseville, big win. Big win.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Cardinal Gibbons.
Yeah.
In Cardinal Gibbons.
I
mean, you can see PNC right across from Cardinal Gibbons Stadium. Big win for Roseville program. They got Athens Drive this week. I got to go with the Rams. Ted Mo Member spills over.
I'm with you. I'm going with the Rams on this.
East Wake versus Southern Wayne.
I'm going Southern Wayne.
Southern Wayne for me.
Yeah.
Cornholders versus Cleveland. Big game over there in Johnson County.
That's a big game.
In Johnson County.
Ooh.
Pirates versus the Rams of Cleveland.
I might have to go Cleveland on this one. I'm going to go Cleveland.
I got to go Cleveland. Big game over there in Wake County. Knightdale versus Enloe. Ooh. Knightdale they've been up and down.
They've been up and down.
They won the Knightdale we saw last year, but I mean, they hitting the stride. You got Enloe teams kind of hot.
Yeah. I'm going to go Knightdale. I'm going to stick Knightdale on this one.
Stick with Knightdale.
I'm going Knightdale on this.
Final answer.
Final answer, upset Knightdale.
Take Knightdale.
You take, okay.
I had Enloe on my mind. I'm taking Knightdale. All right, Darryl, here's our watch out games and our games of the week. Watch out game this week. This team needs it. Franklinton, Ram Nation.
Ram Nation.
Roanoke Rapids. Franklinton suffered a tough loss against our 0-3 Wakefield. And you said Wakefield, the three losses come from three good teams.
Three good teams.
They're hungry.
Right.
They needed a win. Ram Nation versus Roanoke Rapids, the Yellow Jackets.
I think Franklinton is going to bounce back, and it's going to be the same advice that we gave other teams earlier this show. You know, watch the tape, learn from your mistakes, and you burn that.
Burn it.
And you get refocused because now you're in conference play.
And down.
And you got a chance to play a team that you got a good chance you could beat. I'm going to go Franklinton on this one.
Stand up, Ram Nation. Stand up, Ram Nation. You are going to get a win against Roanoke Rapids and get yourselves back going. I got Franklinton.
You got Franklinton. All right.
Big game right here. Another watch-out game on our list. Wake Forest versus Leesville Road. That's a big game.
Did Wake Forest lose last week?
They did not.
Okay. All right.
That's a big game.
That is.
Leesville Road. I like the name Leesville Road, the pride, the undefeated. Big football in Wake County right there.
That's big football.
That's big football.
But I'm going to stick with Wake Forest.
Coach Reggie.
I'm going to stick with Wake Forest.
I like the name, and for the first time, Coach Reggie, I'm sorry. I got to go with the pride of Leesville Road. I like that name.
You going against our cousin? Well, we don't know.
We didn't adopt him because we talk about it so much.
Yeah, I know.
I'm going against Coach Reggie Lucas. I'm going with Leesville Road to Pride this week. I think the Pride get a win, but Wake Forest going to make it a good game
All
down there.
right.
Well, Darren, it's time for the grit and grind games of the week. Whew. Before we make these games, we got one additional grit and grind game of the week, Pete, to make.
Okay.
Because that segment comes back next week.
All right.
Mount Airy.
Oh,
We coming.
we coming.
We have not forgot. I know y'all want us to come up to Mount Airy. We've been invited. We working on it. Versus North Stokes.
I'm going Mount Airy.
I'm going Mount Airy. We're getting ready for that campaign.
Oh, yeah.
Our grit and grind games of the week. Let's start with the battle of 795. CBA caught undefeated. Hunt Warriors 2-1.
Well, it's going to be a tough game.
That's a tough game.
It's going to be a tough game. I think Hunt has the firepower on offense. The defense, like I said, they just swarm the ball. They all over the field. But you are playing a good CBA cop team, too. It's going to be close. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to have to go CBA cop, though. I'm going to go CBA cop. But Hunt's going to give them a battle. It's going to be a close game. But Hunt, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, but I'm going CBA cop on this.
I think ACOT does not want to put themselves in a situation they were in last year where they was tied going into the last week of the season, playing to be the conference champs to get the highest seeded, to be able to host 2 games.
Yeah.
I think ACOT just going to take care of business.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Hunt. Sorry, Coach Juan. But I think ACOT knows they had a lot of their team guys that played on the team last year are now juniors that were sophomores.
Right.
That played on varsity, and they knew how it felt. They not only have the host, but to drop down in seed.
Yeah.
I think that's going to boost them up. I think ACOT gets a
So
win.
you got it. So we both got ACOT.
Boom versus Rocky Mountain.
Woo!
Last year we said boom.
Yeah, we said
shot
boom.
Boom
Yeah.
shot the world. Came in 3-0 and beat Rocky Mountain.
But
at
this
home.
game, Bun's coming to Rocky Mountain.
Coming to Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain's going to remember that.
0-3 Rocky Mountain.
And Rocky Mountain is a young team, but they
That
still put up
Northeastern game.
Right, they put up
On a good
46
Northeastern
on a
team.
Northeastern team. They put up 46 points. Again, I think it's going to come down to special teams.
That's what it's going to come to.
I think Silvers is going to make a big difference in this game for Rocky Mount. And I'm going to give it the home field advantage. I'm going to go Rocky Mount, but not by much. It's going to be a close game, but I think Rocky Mount will come out with the win.
Rocky Mountain gets their first win
They
of the
get
season.
their first win of the season.
Wildcat Nation, rise up with me. Rise up. You're going to Rocky Mountain. Lightning strikes in the same place twice. Bud gets a win.
All right, so final pick. Where is it going? The game of the week.
I've been trying to stretch this out because I don't want to make this pick.
I don't wanna make
I was
this
hoping
pick.
that we ran out of filming time, that we had to just end the show abruptly.
Yeah.
But our producer said we still got time.
We still got time.
So we got to make this pick.
Southern Nash going to the dog pound.
This is a hard pick. This is a hard pick. Now I'm putting the cards down. I'm not going to look at the cards. I'm
You
not
ain't even
looking
gonna look at the
I'm not
cards.
looking at the cards.
It's going to be a tough game.
This is a tough game.
I think
2 good teams.
2 good teams. It's going to be 2 good teams. It's going to be a defensive-minded game. But I think the advantage for this win for Nash Central is the passing game. I think
That's the advantage.
Southern hasn't played a team this year that has been able to throw the ball on them
As good as that.
as good as Nash Central. But Nash Central hasn't played a defense
As good as
Southern. So you weigh out those. If you look at it that way, it's going to come down to, again,
Who's going to have that ball in the fourth
in
quarter?
the fourth quarter. It's going to come down
When
to
that
the fourth
clock
quarter.
is getting down to that 5-minute mark, who's going to have it?
Who's going to have it?
Daryl, I'll let you go first since you done love that.
It's going to be hard, but I think off the loss from last week, they get refocused
They do.
and play the football that they know they can play. I think Southern Nash is going to be able to go into Nash Central, take care of business, come out with a win, but it won't be by much, and get ready for the next game. So I'm going to have to go Southern Nash on this one. I'm sorry, Bulldog fans, but I think that
shocked.
defense is
I'm
going to
shocked.
show up,
I'm shocked.
and I'm going to go Southern Nash.
I'm shocked. I am shocked. I'm shocked.
No.
I'm shocked. Because we don't talk about, I'm letting people know now, we're going to pull the curtain button before I make my pick. We do not talk about these picks before the show.
No.
These are made live as you see them.
Yep.
Going into this show, my mind said that Daryl was going to take the Nash Central Bulldogs.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Yeah.
This
Right.
game at the dog pound.
Yeah. What you got?
Southern Nash coming off a loss.
Right.
Southern Nash is not their team playing with house money.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna tell you something about house money, my friend. Let me talk to you.
All right.
House money runs out. So
Okay. So who you got?
Bulldogs. Lightning strikes twice again. Bulldogs get a close win at home and improve to 5-0 over the Firebirds.
All right.
And
so
that's a flip flop because we said that.
Yeah.
I said Southern Nash was gonna win the Grit Grind Trophy. You said Nash Central.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's flip flop right
that's
there.
a flip flop, but I still say Nash Central will.
They'll make the game.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make a game. And I mean, as far as the Nash County Grit and Grind champs, I'm still sticking with Nash Central.
Yeah, all they gotta do is win the other 2 games.
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Nash Central on that.
I'm still sticking with Southern.
So
Okay.
our picks are in and shown.
As always, we want to thank everybody for watching the Grit Grind Live show right here on Studio 670 NCC. Daryl, we can make a quick announcement. We are in the process right now of not only we're going to be at the game,
Right.
but we're in the process of trying to call that game.
Yep.
So we're going to be sending some links out. If everything works through, we got some backings we got to do on our side. Some logistics to make sure everything's up to par on our end as far as getting it to the fans. Make sure everything's good on the Nash County and letting us call it. But if we get everything situated, we will be sending links out on the Twitter, Rivals, everything.
Yep.
To let people know how they can tune in and listen to this. And we want to thank you for tuning in to Channel 19, Studio 670 NCC, to watch the Grit and Grind Sports Show podcast. Don't forget to turn into the radio edition of the Grit and Grind on 7 a.m. on 89.1 WNIA and again at 3:30 on WNIA 89.1 FM on Big Bang Radio. And as always, Darryl, do you have the grit?
And do you have the grind?
And we'll see you at the Dog Pound Friday night.